So, all right, so you serve your 7 years then. Tell us the murder story.
Well, it was Ron Cook, as you know, and I'd been and collected him from prison. We used to go home every day, once a week, and this day was no different to any other. And we just pulled up at my house, and I said to him, "I'll pick the milk up." He picked the milk up. We walked in. Um, it was so quick, I don't even know if he stood the milk down. And there was the loudest bang where my street door was kicked open. And I didn't know who it was when he came in, and he put an Irish accent, and he went, "Get down on police." And Ron looked at him and went, "What's up, mate?" And with that, he shot him. And I thought he shot him through the stomach because the jacket was all filled up with blood. But apparently they said afterwards he was shot in the arm, but his arm was touching against him. And he once again went, "What's up, mate?" And I thought, oh my God. And I bent in the corner and sort of hid my face. And with that, there was another bang. And I sort of just see the puff of smoke. And there was this horrible noise, sort of like, which obviously was blood. And I looked round, and as I looked round, he went like that, and it was Danny Reese. And he went, "You'll be all right," and he ran out. And I was like, what are you doing? And I ran out my house, and there was a policeman walking down the road. And I screamed, and the policeman come over, and he looked in the house, and he went, "It's 12:28, it's a murder." And it literally had happened within 1 minute. Within a couple of minutes, there was all the police, all the murder squad there. And there was just Ron left at the, obviously dead, and me. And which is what I said, they took me in as a witness. And I described everything. I said everything that happened, but I never named Danny. I didn't name him. And that was it. I got arrested and charged with that I did the murder, that I committed the murder.
So Ron was the guy who was responsible for the loss of your other.
Yes.
So was that some kind of karmic thing that came back to him, do you think?
Well, it wasn't for that reason, I don't think. It was that he had told Brian Thorogood that he was going to kill my son. Now, Brian Thorogood never told me that he said he was going to kill my son. But he told Danny Reese. And Danny Reese said, "It's all right, I'll kill him, I'm going home." And he killed him. He never knew him. He didn't know my son. He didn't really know me. But he did the murder. But then after a couple of days, as I said, the police said, "We're charging you with the murder." And I was charged with that he fired the first shot and I fired the second shot. And I committed the murder.
But then they do like gunpowder tests.
They
and
did.
stuff.
And they proved I was innocent. That's what I was saying. On the day, they treated me as I was.
Massive injustice, isn't it?
It is. Because on that very day it happened.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to put me in a white suit. They said, "You're a witness to a murder. Is there somebody who can bring you some clothes? We need to send your clothes away." Obviously, they said, "We can see the blood is all down your back." So I phoned my brother and he said, "I'll get some clothes from my wife." And by the time he turned up with the clothes, they had done these tests. And they said to me, "Oh, we're going to swab your hands and face," which they did. And then he said, "Have you got a hanky?" And I said, "I've only got tissues." And one of the police went, "I've got a hanky." He went like this and he held it in his hand. And he went, "It's clean, it's not new." And he went, "As long as it's clean, that's fine, but you won't get it back." He went, "No, she can have it. She's welcome." And give me the hanky. And it was one of those hankies with a little blue initial in, but I can't remember what the initial was, but it was one of those. And they said to me, "Blow in that." And I was like, blowing in this hanky. Okay, fine. Came back, and about 5 minutes before my brother came, they went, best thing you could have done having those tests, you're eliminated. We know you didn't do it. But 2 days later, when they said, oh, you were Linda Calvey, and I said, but you know I didn't do it. He said, do we? How do we know that? I said, because of the tests you did. You eliminated me. He said, what tests are they then? We don't remember.
Bastards.
Hmm.
Sometimes then you get the police, they can't catch armed robbers. So they think, right, I'm just going to make up a crime to get this person off the streets. The end justifies the means. Now, you'd already done your sentence with the armed robberies, but you're still associating with armed robbers. Do you think they thought you were still active and they thought the end justifies the means?
I don't know if they thought I was active. As I said, I had a legitimate job then. I'd started a business up with my sister. And they could have watched me 7 days a week and have thought, well, she don't do anything. But they decided when I was Linda Calvey that, oh, she's committed the murder. And they changed it totally. And we had a forensic officer that came in, and he said, they had my jacket, and he said, I had this jacket. He said, and I had a life-size dummy of Linda Calvey put in the kitchen where she said she was. He said, and the only way she could have shot Ron Cook is if her arms were 8 foot long. How did I get a guilty?
That's insane.
Yeah.
In America, they say that a jury will indict a ham sandwich.
Yeah. Yeah. And they said, well, we can see her arms are exactly the same length as everybody else's.
Did you take the stand?
Yes.
How did that feel?
I was on the stand for 3 days, and I totally told the truth the whole way through. Did
they bring up your history and your prior conviction?
Yeah.
So you didn't have a chance at that stage?
Because they said, well, you would know about all these things because of your previous convictions for armed robbery. And the judge went, don't remember that, jury, that's inadmissible. But the things that juries remember the most are the things they're told not to remember.
That should have been a new trial right there.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe what they've done to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you...
Because you would, if somebody has a conversation with you and they say, don't remember that. That's the one thing you remember.
Don't Google that. You're going to Google it?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So you get up on the stand, you tell the truth. Did you think you had a prayer, a hope of getting out?
Yes, I did. I really did. And my QC, everybody, they said, Linda, you can't get convicted. How can they convict you? All the forensic evidence proved you didn't do it. Although they denied doing the gun residue tests. And I said they did them.
And then appeal?
Well, the judge made us an appellant from the court, which is it's only ever happened once prior in English written history.
But the appeal was denied?
It went up so quick. They said, even though we feel there are some areas that are wrong in this case, there was no fresh evidence. So there was nothing for them to, yeah.